Lions linebacker Stephen Tulloch and children's author Maria Dismondy are here with us to talk about empowering children and making a difference through the written word. And Maria actually teamed up with Stephen, or Stephen teamed up with Maria and wrote The Little Linebacker. So it's a really sweet book. Before we talk about the book, I do have to ask Stephen, because people are wondering, how are things looking with the Lions? What do you think about this upcoming season?
Well, we're working some things out. Hopefully the next couple of days we can kind of come to medium grounds with things and you know, figure out what we're going to do. And like I said, my agent and the team are handling some things, working some things out, but hopefully the next couple of days we can kind of finalize some things.
So your gut is?
The gut is we got to wait and find out.
See, okay.
Yeah, a couple more days, we'll see.
Our gut is very hopeful. Right. That's how our gut is. It's a tricky business, though. We know that. So, Maria, tell us, what did you do? How did you help Stephen put this story together?
Well, we met, and Stephen told me his story, and I was really inspired by his upbringing and by the people who mentored him. And my whole line of business is empowering children, and so I was like, absolutely, I want to work with you. This is awesome, and I wanted to share his story. It's awesome, and I cannot wait to get it into the hands of children.
When you're writing a children's book, because your book, Spaghetti and the Hot Dog Bun, yeah, that was that's your most popular book, and that's about, to give us the gist of what that's about.
Yeah, and actually that book is based on my story. So Spaghetti and Hot Dog Bun is about an individual girl who's teased for being herself, and so being able to work through that and have the courage to be yourself.
Right. Explain to us how these books and even the simple stories, how do they impact kids? How does that make a difference?
Well, it's really neat because as a parent, you really want to teach your children lessons. But if you're constantly telling your children what to do and how to act and how to live their lives, they're not going to always listen. But if you bring children's literature into their lives, they're going to get messages, indirect messages through these books. So to be able to read stories is teaching your child an indirect lesson. So Stephen is telling your children how to be determined and how to be motivated, and you don't have to constantly be harping your children on, being determined and persevering.
Stephen, let's talk about one of the characters in your book. This gentleman here, the gray-haired gentleman. Tell us about him, because he played an important role in your life.
He's probably one of the biggest roles he played in my life. My mother was a private nurse. She came from Jamaica about 50 years ago, and she worked at a place called Heartland Health Center in Miami. And my mother took care of Jay Losvich's mom. And I used to always sleep at the nursing home because my mom worked pretty much all day, and I used to sleep in the lobby, but he'd always see me there. And well, how's school going? How's football going? Get your grades. And he put me into tutoring. He bought me my first laptop. Always mentored me about the importance of education and how important it plays a role in your life. And he passed away a couple years ago, but he's been a big inspiration to me when it comes to finances, when it comes to being smart, being respectable. He's been a huge part of my life, and if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be here today.
No kidding. That's interesting. So this guy who your paths just happened to cross, and he wanted to reach out to a young kid and help you out. And he saw the promise in you.
He did.
That's really something. There's one of the important messages, too, in life that I think we're all kind of learning all the time is that we have to learn that we're going to make mistakes. Right, and we somehow have to get. You know that more than anyone in the world of sports.
Right.
How do you get past those mistakes? How do you get past failure and know that it's okay?
Well, I think as a parent, I admit my mistakes to my children so that they see that even grown-ups make mistakes. And I think this story teaches you that never giving up will get you to where you want to be. So, you may fall down, but you get back up and you keep on moving.
Let's run through a couple of things, Marie, that you say that parents can make a difference. Lead by example, which is sort of what you just said. Practice empathy. What does that mean?
Practicing empathy is being able to put yourself into someone else's shoes. And I believe in our story that John really did that. He was like, hey, this is what's going on. No, you can't give up.
Right. Boost self-esteem, teach social skills, and spread love.
Spread love. Being able to love yourself and then show your children that you care about who you are. I think that's a great way to spread love. And the Tulloch Foundation is spreading love. So all of those things that I want parents doing in their home, this book is so representative of all of those things.
And Stephen, you had you're going to do some readings, some book signings, all right? You got a busy schedule.
We have a busy schedule.
You too have a busy schedule.
After this, we're going to Books A Million.
All right.
And we have a couple Barnes & Noble
There's a whole
today, so it's a whole list.
We won't make you memorize it all. Yeah.
There's a lot.
First, we're going to go into the kitchen. And what are we going to do in the kitchen, guys? Do you have something special planned in there?
Yeah, this is fun. So we're promoting how can you make reading exciting over the summertime with your kids.
Yes.
And so it's taking really good quality children's literature and making healthy snacks to go along with those books.
Yeah, that's fun. It's going to be fun. So it's some good ideas for parents before the kids get out of school, which is happening pretty soon. All right, thank you so much. And we'll continue this conversation when we move into the kitchen.